what's the kickoff to create the environment? If
Yeah,
it's like a branch or a pull request, or like what's the trigger?
yeah. No, it's good. So this is a conversation I want to have a lot more because it's something that's been bothering us for a long time in Terraform. I think even as a community, but also as a company in delivering this capability to customers. And we finally cracked the nut on how to do this. I don't have anything public that I can show you, but the gist of it is that we need to start thinking about how we do Terraform continuous delivery the same way that we do Kubernetes continuous delivery with tools like argocd. So in the argocd pattern, or probably Flux and others, you have a deployment repo, or many deployment repos. And that deployment repo represents the desired state of something. So it's like the deployment repo for this Kubernetes cluster. And all your job in your CI, all it is to manipulate the state of that repo to be the state of what you want your Kubernetes cluster to be. And then you have argocd, manipulate Kubernetes so that it matches the state of that repo. So when we think about Terraform and Terraform continuous delivery, especially in the case of preview environments, it's the same thing. Up to now, everyone that I know treats Terraform mostly like you have a monorepo or maybe a couple monorepos that represents your desired state. And then you have some process that knows that when this directory changes, you run Terraform apply on it. But the thinking is more like, we need to run Terraform apply on this directory when we change it. It's not like synchronize what's here with AWS. So that was the pivotal thing for us to think about it, is that we should treat our infrastructure repo as the state of AWS, and it doesn't have to be manipulated by humans. Humans is one way that repo is manipulated. So what we do, therefore, is we have GitHub Actions that simply clone or copy the Terraform code into the infrastructure repo from microservices. So the challenge we've always had was like, well, we want the code to be close to the microservices. So if we have a microservice for some backend API, we want it deployed with an ECS task. Where does the Terraform code, the HCL code for that ECS task live? Well, I think it should live with that API service. Then the challenge was, well, if we have all these services and all of them have infrastructure in them, and all of them need settings and settings per environment, and all of them need access to AWS in order to deploy, it's really hard to figure out where anything was deployed. You have to give all these repos God mode to deploy to AWS or your cloud services, and you have to implement your continuous delivery pipeline with all these repos. I hate that. So the epiphany for us was you create a single infrastructure repo, or like a deploy repo in argocd. You have your GitHub Actions in the microservice, copy code over there, throw it over the wall, and then you have a separate continuous delivery system attached to that, which just synchronizes what's in that repo continuously to your environment. And since it's Terraform, do we actually do like continuously, or do we do continuously with an asterisk, and that asterisk is with an approval? Yeah, we do it with an approval. But that can always be turned off once we feel totally confident of everything. So to answer your question, how we do it with preview environments? Well, we have a GitHub action that for the pull request, it opens it just commits directly to a branch in a deployment repo, adding some Terraform code, and then the continuous delivery sees, oh, new code, new preview environment, make it, deploy it.
No, that's pretty cool, because I mean, I've got a couple folks that I'm working with, and that's something that they really want to be able to have their developers say, hey, I've got this new feature, I want to test it out, I want you to see it. But then there's one QA environment, or there's no QA environment, and they're struggling to get it onto the live site or whatever the case is. So then it's like, well, we need this, preview environment. And it's the case of, okay, what triggers that preview environment? And from that trigger, what's the process to run the Terraform that builds it out, deploys the code, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, something like this, is very applicable to that situation.
So if you like the pattern, we have the way we do it is with Spacelift, is Terraform Spacelift Cloud Infrastructure Automation Repo. This is based on spacelift.io, which is a CI/CD platform for infrastructure as code. Does a really good job with Terraform. Supports Open Policy Agent. Terraform provider for it. Everything can be done with infrastructure as code. And then here's our opinionated way that we embrace it, based on this concept of the stack configurations that we use everywhere.